Hello, my name is Donald Sexton. I live in San Diego, California. And about 9 years ago, I retired from the United States Navy, for what it's worth. By nature, I'm a private person. I'm rather discreet, but I probably keep internalize things more than I should. But I'm motivated and compelled to express complaints and grievances about injustices and crimes and other violations and infractions that have caused me to suffer from serious injury and economic and health hardship. When I was during my time in the Navy, I understand the burden of duty and responsibility. You probably hear it a lot, definitely underappreciated. But I experienced some injustice in the Navy as well, which I will indicate. It didn't deter me from community involvement, even during part of my retirement and dedicated volunteerism. But since, especially after I was injured by an irresponsible and negligent other named Tor Christian Becken that plowed into me, that ran me down while I was bicycle commuting. Yet he was provided more protection and assistance and concern for his well-being than I have received. It basically has contributed to my disillusion and my mistrust, and my outlook on our nation as nothing but Scamerica. There are indeed other ingredients to that view, which is definitely legitimate. But this is to Tor Christian Becken and those affiliated with him that your debt to me has been compounded. No dysfunctional system of injustice will relieve you of your debt, of your responsibility and your obligation to remedy the injuries that you caused to me. And I want to iterate, it wasn't just Becken's, not just Becken's mistake, but how I was exploited, how I was mistreated, how the rest of society, including the Naval Medical Center San Diego, the Medical Can't Recovery Unit, I call them, the VA, the Veterans Affairs, their affiliated agencies and personnel and departments had dared to exploit me, to commit medical malpractice and mistreatment, to commit fraud, to commit forgery. The cronyism that I experienced and the nepotism that I encountered, it's hard not to to express the outrage, but I will try to describe it, and hopefully it will get some support. I won't just describe it. I will show all the evidence. I will even show my medical record, and just you can see the absurdity in light of the. Here's one of the indications of the disfigurement that is now obvious. This is basically what I've been given pain relievers to try to relieve the pain that don't even come close to alleviating the pain. Or as the VA's methods, and even the kleptocracy that I've encountered, their doctrines do involve denial for fraud, denial of any kind of benefits if they can get away with it, the disregard that characterizes their conduct, where they'd rather provide drugs and other methods to obscure the conditions. And believe me, drugs and pain relievers are not a treatment. They're not a remedy. They're not a cure. Especially when you have to deal with disfigurement and other conditions that will probably lead to a crippling condition. But the kleptocracies I've been involved with, the people I've been involved with, I think promote a doctrine of attrition, and they do not get enough scrutiny for their mistreatment of people, which eventually can drive them to suicide. And there's been talk, some surfacing of the military, active duty military, and the veterans, how they have to be driven to suicide and I do not know why they take that upon themselves. It's tough. But they should look outward toward addressing the injustices and take action there. And this is what I am going to do. I am going to indicate the injustices I've suffered, and the crimes, and the evil, and the sin. And I'm going to expose the people that basically had treated me like roadkill, that think I can just be a dog being thrown a bone, and that will be satisfactory to them while they exploit me, while they benefit from my suffering. And you can see how evil that is. It really is when other people exploit injured people and cause them to suffer while they get promoted or a bonus, which, to enjoy blood money is, I can't, it's reprehensible. But I want to indicate, this is just an introduction, but I will indicate the fraud and the medical malpractice that I incurred at the Naval Medical Center in San Diego by Martin Michaela, by Elizabeth Gray, and by Donald Sally. And one of them, I believe, had even called me anonymously and threatened me after I submitted a complaint that has never been resolved through whatever process they have at the Naval Medical Center. The VA, I have a complaint about Adnan Kudik, Sherry Rekovics, Sherry Woody, Andrew Pennick, and Eric Henson. How can you people dare to have me get crippled and disfigured? Really? And then the medical recovery unit personnel, the conniving thieves that they are, include Harold Murray and Carlos Rivera. And at the VA, a woman, a beast, a horrible creature that dared to say that I didn't deserve to be going to the VA, but her husband did, named Joanna Kolanghoff, who actually lied about me being provided a surgery, that dared to indicate that I should be happy for the whatever treatment I was provided. But then she and Carlos Rivera did not hesitate to backdoor me, to exploit me. And they owe me a great debt. They owe me big time. These people, so far it's not conclusive, but there will be this is an introduction to how I was mistreated and basically treated like roadkill and exploited. And I will indicate in detail further. I just wanted to get this out. It's tough for me. I'm a private person, but I think that I just believe it's time to expose the hypocrisy, to expose the corruption, and hopefully I'll get some support, probably get persecuted and prosecuted instead. But hopefully I'll get some support, whether it's from this nation, which I think is just maybe doesn't understand when ethical breaches and moral hazards and corruption is occurring these days. But hopefully on the global and international scale, there will be some people that may be concerned and will provide support. There will be a journalist, there will be a broadcast unit that might be interested in my situation and want to help me. Basically, these people should be not just embarrassed, but I think it's tough not to have them feel as much, to have to experience as much pain and suffering as I've experienced. It's tough not to feel that way. It's not to curse them. Anyway, thank you for your time. Hopefully I can get some attention on this matter and achieve some justice, some resolution, and some remedy. Stay tuned. Hopefully you can understand and provide some support to my situation. And you never have to experience, you can become aware, you will never have to experience such injustice as I have.